And now it's time for another episode of Buy It or Leave It, the show where two poor saps try to tell you how to spend your money on video games. Here's your hosts, Roger and Mike.
Welcome to another episode of Buy It or Leave It, the show where two guys who have no business telling you how to run your life tell you about what games are coming out for the month and whether or not you should buy it or leave it. I am Mike. With me is Roger.
Hello, hello.
And we are going to go over the major releases for February of 2019 and kind of give our thoughts on it.
Yes.
So without further ado, let's get into the first game. So the first game that we have is actually coming out for the 3DS, which we are not seeing a whole lot of anymore.
Yeah.
3DS is nearing the end of its life. It had a good run. But,
no, that's what I keep hearing. Every game, well, it's the end of the life. And then another game comes out, well.
Yeah. This is the end.
This is it. This is the swan song, right?
This is the Lord of the Rings Return of the King. This is the seventh ending in that movie.
Uh-huh.
I remember because that movie was so long that everybody was like getting up to use the bathroom, and then they're like, "Oh wait, it's not over yet," and they sat back down.
Yeah. They had an intermission, the one that I went to. So.
Oh really? Oh,
yeah.
Wow, that was smart. I wasn't.
No.
So the first game we have is Yokai Watch 3. Mischievous beings known as yokai are everywhere, and it's up to Nate and Haley Ann to befriend, battle, and solve problems with them. Follow two parallel stories and unravel the mysteries behind strange sightings while meeting over 600 yokai and using the new 3x3 grid battle system to strategically dish out or dodge attacks. That's out for the 3DS for $39.99.
Yeah, so, okay, here's the thing. Yokai Watch is like the equivalent of Pokemon, right? Am I right about that?
It's Pokemon-esque, yes.
Okay, Pokemon-esque. I never played the other two, so I feel like I shouldn't play the third one, so I'm going to say leave it.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be very lost if you don't pick up the first two. I tried to look into Yokai Watch, like they had a cartoon, and I just could not get into it. It was just too strange. So I'm gonna go ahead and say leave that as well.
Yeah, it looks cool, and I mean 600 yokai. That's a lot of yokai. I don't know what yokais are. I mean, I'm assuming they're like
it's a Japanese. I don't know if it's its direct translation, but they're essentially ghosts.
Oh, ghosts. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it looks cool. It sounds cool, but yeah, I don't know. I just never really got into it, so I can't say.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a cross between Pokemon and Ben 10 because the kid's got a watch that holds specific ghosts. It's not as popular in America because I remember when the first one was ready to come out, like everybody was hyping it, like this is the biggest thing in Japan. It's going to be crazy over here, and then it came out and everybody's like, okay,
yeah.
So Yokai Watch 3, leave it.
You can yokai that on the shelf.
There you go. You can watch someone else buy it.
That's right.
All right, what else we got?
The Lyre Princess and the Blind Prince, out for PS4 and the Switch. The Lyre Princess and the Blind Prince follows the tale of two lonely hearts brought together through a mutual misunderstanding. In it, you control the wolf, disguised as a princess, who guides the blind prince through perilous forest in search of the witch capable of restoring his sight. The forest is home to a number of hostile creatures intent on ending your journey prematurely, as well as hazardous traps that put the prince in danger. Switch between wolf and princess form to dispatch your foes and guide the prince carefully as a princess to ensure his safety in search of a fairy tale ending. And that is for $39.99 retail, but you can actually get this on the eShop for $19.99 as well. The $39.99 version actually comes with like a storybook, which actually looks pretty cool. I will say, I actually was out to get this game. I went to go buy it. I wanted the physical version because I wanted the book.
Right.
And I went to GameStop because I figured nobody else will probably have it. And they're like, yeah, we got one copy. And I was like, really? One copy? And they're like, yeah, we don't get these kind of games at all.
Yeah, that is one of those ones. I have a feeling that this might be one of those games that the rarity brings up the value of it.
Yeah, I
further
think so
down the
too.
line.
I think so too. So, I, you know, I think it's such a cute game. It looks really cute. And my daughter loves wolves, and I think she would really love this game, and it would be a really fun game. I think this would be like a really great game for her because it's like storybook kind of feel and esque to it.
Mm-hmm.
I know Christian played it. He reviewed it, and our review is on our site at gamerheadspodcast.com. And he said it's not very challenging, but I think that would be perfect for my daughter. So I'm gonna buy it.
It looks, I like the art style. It looks almost,
it's beautiful.
it almost looks like, I can't even describe it. What's that? Don't Starve almost.
Oh yeah.
Almost kind of reminds me of that. And
Yeah.
very dark, very who is that? Who's that director? I can't believe it. The guy who directed Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Tim Burton. Very Tim Burton.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Tim Burton. Yes, thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, it does. It does look like Tim Burton.
Yeah, so this interests me as well, and I always like something like different, something a little odd like that. So I'll go with a buy it as well.
Cool.
Looks interesting. So going on to the opposite end of the spectrum here, the next game is Jump Force for the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC, and that retails for $59.99. For the first time ever, the most famous manga heroes are thrown into a whole new battleground, our world. Uniting to fight the most dangerous threat, the Jump Force will bear the fate of the entire humankind. Celebrating the 50th anniversary of the famous weekly Jump magazine, Jump Force is making the most of latest technologies to bring characters to life in a never-seen-before realistic design.
So this is a fighting game, correct?
Yes, battle arena fighting. It's not like a 2D fighting game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
okay.
an arena battler or arena fighter. If I were to compare it, it might be like Dragon Ball Xenoverse.
Okay. So I never really got into that game, and I don't know a lot of these characters in this game. I know I should probably turn in my nerd card right now, but I'm gonna say leave it. $60 is a lot of money to buy a game that I probably don't know the references of anyway. So
yeah, it's what I'll agree, man. We're in a total agreement with this too. As much as I would like to, look, I'm a big Dragon Ball fan, and I know it's got Goku and Vegeta and Frieza in it. And which is really awesome, but I've got Dragon Ball Fighters, so I'm getting my DBZ fighting fix. Plus I don't follow the other ones like One Piece, and I think Bleach is the other one. I'm not sure, but I don't really follow those a whole lot, so I would be kind of lost on that.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to say leave it as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cool idea, but I just
Naruto, that's what it is. I'm sorry,
Naruto.
It's Naruto.
Yes. This is $60 is very expensive to buy a game that I'm not familiar with the characters. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so we're in agreement there. Far Cry New Dawn for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Dive into a transformed, vibrant, post-apocalyptic Hope County, Montana, 17 years after a global nuclear catastrophe. Lead the fight against the Highwaymen as they seek to take over the last remaining resources in the latest installment of Far Cry. And that's for $39.99. So, Christian actually just reviewed that game for us on the podcast. And you can go out to gamerheadspodcast.com and check out that podcast. And he said it's a lot of Far Cry. It's Far Cry. It's Far Cry. This sounds like this should have been like a DLC. The way he described it, I mean, it just didn't sound like he beat it in a weekend. And actually, he's not the only one. I think Robert from Push Square also tweeted saying, "Yep, I beat that game in a weekend." So didn't seem like it had a whole lot of depth. I know it's not a full price game either. It's $39.99, but it just feels like a DLC and not a full game. So, I mean, Christian liked it a lot because he's, a Far Cry fan.
Uh-huh.
And not that I'm not a Far Cry fan, but I have so many games on my shelf. This would just collect dust, so I'm going to leave it.
Yeah, I would be a buy it.
Ooh.
Because I'm really interested in Far Cry 5.
Oh.
But when I'm and I haven't because
do you have
like
it or no?
setting.
Wait, did you buy it?
No, I don't. No,
okay.
I didn't get it. I know you can get it for like $15 right now.
Yeah.
But doesn't this kind of give away the ending to Far Cry 5? I don't know.
Yes, it
Okay,
does. So,
yeah.
I mean, I already know how it ends because, well, yeah, we had to talk about it. So,
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, nuclear bombs go off.
Okay, well, I guess I don't need to play Far Cry 5 now.
Yeah, probably not.
But I'm still going to be a buy it because it's a different type of Far Cry. And
yeah, it looks cool.
I'm honestly starting to get really sick of these games that are you're working on for 80 hours. It's stopping me from getting into other games.
Like Octopath Traveler.
Like Octopath Traveler.
Yeah.
Why can't I play? I want to play this other 80-hour game, but I can't play this 80-hour game until I finish this other 80-hour game.
Yeah. No, that's a dilemma for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. So, I get that. It's just, I mean, I think Far Cry games come down in price so fast, so I feel like that's why I'm going to leave it as well.
Indeed, yes they do. All right, so our next game, Crackdown 3 for the Xbox One and the PC. Time to step up your boom and stop crime as a superpowered agent in Crackdown 3's sandbox of mayhem and destruction. Explore the heights of a futuristic city, race through the streets in a transforming vehicle, and use your powerful abilities to stop a ruthless criminal empire. Crackdown 3 delivers cooperative mayhem and an all-new multiplayer mode where destruction is your ultimate weapon, powered by Microsoft Cloud.
Ooh, that's pretty interesting. Powered by the Microsoft Cloud. So,
yeah.
So this game, I think, should come with your Game Pass, if you have Game Pass.
I think they said it would release at the same time as Game Pass, yes.
Yeah. So, I also heard I listened to the Game Informer podcast, and they talked about Crackdown 3, and they said this would have been a great sequel to the original Crackdown back in 2009.
Oh.
Or whenever it was. But it doesn't feel like a 2019 game. It feels like an older game. $60 is a lot of money to ask for a game that doesn't feel like they did anything different or new or modernized the game. So I'm going to say I'm going to leave this game.
You're going to leave it?
Well, I can play it on the Game Pass. So if you have the Game Pass, don't spend your money.
Right, yeah.
Go play it on the Game Pass.
Well, I'm gonna buy it.
Really?
Because here's the thing. When I first got my Xbox 360, Crackdown was the first game that I got for it.
Oh.
And I played, and right around that same time is when Brian on the Controller Thrower show as well, he also got an Xbox 360. So that was our first real cooperative multiplayer experience, and we went through that game like we were looking forward to that every weekend.
Oh.
And so I have a lot of fond memories of the first Crackdown, and if they're saying that it's a lot like the first one, you know what? Sign me up for that. I don't care if it's like a 2009 game and a 2019 game. Now, maybe the price might make me a little wary, but I'm still going to say buy it, either now or eventually.
What would you say if I told you that you can get Crackdown 1 right now for free on the Xbox?
I would say, and that's it for this week's episode of Buy It or Leave It. I'm out.
Because you can.
I can, that's right.
And now, so that's another reason I'm like, why buy the first, I don't know, why buy the third one? We can get the first one for free.
Mm-hmm. If it's essentially the same game.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay, well, we're split there too, so a couple splits here. The next one we have for DreamWorks Dragons, Dawn of New Riders. That's for the Switch, PS4, Xbox One. A heroic dragon and rider. A new heroic dragon and rider are taking to the skies, and only you can help them defeat the evil villains who destroyed a dragon sanctuary created by Hiccup, Toothless, and his dragon riders. When the island of Havenholm is found in ruins, mysterious survivors emerge as unlikely future heroes. Scribbler is a scholar who cannot remember his past, while Patch is a unique breed of dragon, a Chimerigan? Is that how you pronounce that?
Chimerigan?
Chimerigan?
Why not?
Chimerigan. I haven't seen the movie yet, so it hasn't come out yet. So, Chimerigan, who, with new unexpected powers they discover along the way. Together, they must explore the new islands, battle fierce enemies, and recover the memories that reveal Patch's true origin in this fun and fiery new action adventure. That is for $39.99. So, I've seen a little bit of this game. It looks like Diablo. And I want to get this game.
I'm surprised at how good it looks.
I know, right?
It looks, yeah. I like the idea of the isometric view.
Yeah.
I think it's I don't know. This might actually end up being a sleeper hit. Like this might be a very underrated game.
Well, my kids love How to Train Your Dragon. Like they've seen all the movies and then all the TV shows on Netflix. Mm-hmm. They absolutely love that. So for them, like I think this would be a really great game for them to play along with me too. I guess I have to look and see how many people you can play at the same time. I would think you could play 4 players at least.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it looks interesting for sure.
Plus, the game also features a main character who wakes up and cannot remember his past, which we've never seen in video games before.
Never. That has never happened before. Link's
so
Awakening.
original. So original.
I know. Link's Awakening. I never heard of that before.
Yeah.
Link's Awakening. Did I mention Link's Awakening yet?
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I've never heard of that game. So are you thinking about picking this game up then too?
Honestly, before I watched it, I was a leave it, but then I watched like the trailers and gameplay of it.
Yeah.
I actually might be a buy it on this. This one's and the price is right too. I mean, this is the price of, essentially like a 3DS game.
Yeah. It's not bad. $40.
Yeah, $40 for that for this game. I don't know. I'll have to take a look and see who developed it to see what they've done in the past.
I can tell you that it was Outright Games that published it. I don't remember who developed it though.
Okay. All right, so our next game is Metro Exodus on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. Metro Exodus is an epic, story-driven first-person shooter from 4A Games that blends deadly combat and stealth with exploration and survival horror in one of the most immersive game worlds ever created. Oh, that's a lofty goal. Explore the Russian wilderness across vast, non-linear levels and follow a thrilling storyline that spans an entire year through spring, summer, and autumn to the depths of nuclear winter. Wow, we've never seen that before either. Last of Us.
Yeah.
The Metro Exodus Day 1 Edition, PlayStation 4, includes the physical game. Oh, that's actually the system itself, so we don't need to worry about that.
Yeah.
So the next game in the Metro line, the Metro franchise. I have the Metro 2049 and the other 2 Metro games remastered on the PS4, and they're part of my backlog.
Yeah, me too. So guess what? This will have to wait until it comes out on the PlayStation Plus, like the other ones that I have.
Yeah.
I $60. I mean, I'm sure it's a fine game, but I'm sure fans of the series will be like shaking their fist in anger right now. But it just doesn't look any different than any of the other games like that. I just can't. I don't know. I just can't get behind it. Not for 60.
And plus, from what I understand, like the demo build was kind of lacking.
That's what I heard too. So, I'm gonna leave it.
I'm gonna leave it with an asterisk, like leave it for now.
Mm.
Well, I'll come back to it in 6 months to see how much it is, and to see if I got through the other 2 Metro games.
Yeah, I haven't even
Spoiler
touched
alert,
them yet.
I won't.
Yeah, I know exactly. Me too. But yeah. Okay, so we're both leaving that one. The last game that we have on our list is Anthem for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. On a world left unfinished by the gods, a shadowy faction threatens all of mankind. The only thing that stands between these villains and the ancient technology they covet, thank you, are the freelancers, which I'm assuming you're a freelancer. Join up with 3 other players and assemble high-tech, handcrafted, uniquely powerful exosuits. Explore vast ruins, battle deadly enemies, and claim otherworldly artifacts. With every mission, you and your javelin exosuits grow in power. Fight the dangers of the ever-changing world. Rise united to defeat evil. Triumph as one. Anthem invites you to experience a cooperative action RPG set in a new and a mysterious world from BioWare and EA. And that also has a very high bar there to set. And let me tell you, you kind of have to get the servers working first before you can do any of that. So
Yep, that'd probably be a good idea.
I'm gonna have to say leave this game. Here's the thing: the demo came out a couple weeks ago, and everybody was like,
Mm-hmm.
and then it came out, and people were like, ugh. So $60, it's so weird. EA is we talked about this 2 weeks ago, I think, where EA is just kind of in a weird position right now.
Mm-hmm.
Where they're coming out with this game, and then they had Apex Legends where they published that game. I can't get behind a game like this where Apex Legend is like 100 times better and just and it's free. So I'm gonna say leave it.
Well, I'm gonna go with buy it.
What?
Yes, I am.
Mike, you buy you buy games that are like broken. Like you bought Fallout 76. You're like,
hey, I told you we don't talk about that.
This is gonna see the same thing with Anthem. You're gonna have the same experience. You're gonna be so disappointed, Mike. But no, please tell me why you're gonna buy it.
Well, sure, since you want to know so much. So here's the thing: is that I would say that to say I was disappointed in Destiny 2 would be an understatement.
Oh. You think this is going to be better than Destiny 2, though?
I think so. I think it will, because I've already seen gameplay videos of it. I've watched people streaming it, and it already looks a lot more fun. The only thing I didn't see in it that I would have liked to have seen more of were dance emotes. I don't know if there's dance emotes in it, but
oh yeah, we can do the Carlton and stuff.
That's right, yeah, and then get sued for it.
Yeah.
But it looks like what I feel Destiny 2 should have been like. And I got really, really burned out on Destiny 2. So I'm looking for something to fill that, that cooperative online shooter fix.
Yeah.
I like when I'm playing an online shooter, I like it to be players versus, the PvE. Instead of PvP.
I agree. I agree with that. 100%.
Mm-hmm. But I'm willing to give this a chance.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
So.
I guess you have to let me know what you think if you get this game, because it just... What do you think you're going to get it on? You're going to get it on PS4 or Xbox or PC?
I'd probably end up getting it on PS4. That's my usual go-to.
Yeah.
That's where I know most of my peeps are on PS4.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. I don't know. I guess I'll wait. I'll wait until it comes down in price.
That might be a good idea too, but
yeah.
actually, probably the method I should have taken with Fallout 76, or better yet, just not at all. No, I kid. I'm sure
learn from your mistakes.
Yeah.
Learn from your mistakes.
I'm sure Fallout 76 is going to be much better in the future.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to hold my breath.
When it's free on PS Plus, so.
You're not gonna let me live that down.
What do you have a surprise buy this month? I actually do have a surprise buy. I was just thinking about this. I do have a surprise buy.
Oh, well, yeah, actually I do. It's a game for the Switch. It's a digital download game called Evoland.
Oh God, that's
What's
the game
that?
I was gonna say too.
Oh, well, I'll take it back and I'll let you go.
No. We could both pick the same one. That's fine. Evoland.
All right, so Evoland Legendary Edition for the Nintendo Switch. It's I'm gonna have a review posted at GamerHeadsPodcast.com. It's a very surprising game,
Yeah.
and it's really really fascinating
Yeah.
and educational.
Yeah, it is. It's so I picked it up too. And it's reasonably priced. It's like $20. And you get like 2 games with it, right? There's like part 1 and part 2. Yeah, it's interesting, like just a fascinating concept around the game. I was fascinated. The only thing I will say is so I only played a little bit of it so far. And the thing that I do get a little frustrated with is because you're playing through, like the history of RPGs, and there's some aspects of like old RPGs that are like, yeah, there's a reason why we don't have these aspects anymore. Like the fact that you go to the overworld and it's just random encounters. I hate that so much. And then I only had 1 potion, and I'm not leveled up enough to fight some of these things, and I die, and I get really frustrated with that. But other than that, it's an interesting game. It's fascinating. It's a really interesting concept.
It's quirky and it's
Yes.
it's humorous. It's cheeky, I guess you could say.
Yes.
It's I love and there's a lot of throwbacks to other games in it.
Yeah.
I played and I beat Evoland 1. And I'm in the middle of Evoland 2 right now. And what I find very interesting is that Evoland 1 is a history lesson in video games and RPGs and just like graphical styles and just like development of a game.
Yeah.
Whereas Evoland 2 feels like an evolution of Evoland 1.
Interesting.
But this is one of those games that's going to slip under a lot of people's radars, and that's really a shame. So
Yeah.
check this one out, because this one is not one to be missed. So that's my surprise buy.
Nice. Yeah, mine too. So I'm glad we're on the same page with that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So listeners, if there are games that are coming out this month that you picked up or that you're interested in picking up, you can let us know. You can send us a tweet. I'm going to I'll send out the Gamerheads one, and you can throw out the controller throws. So you can reach out at GamerheadsPC on Twitter, or you can send us an email at info@gamerheadspodcast.com. And then, Mike, how can people get a hold of you as well?
You can reach out on Twitter. We are at TC Throwers. You can also send us an email, thecontrollerthrowers@gmail.com.
And yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know what you think of the show as well. We'd love to hear your feedback on that. So,
absolutely.
All right. Well, Mike, thanks for meeting this month and going through the games, and we'll go through March next month.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.